So let us start our chapter today, Allegations and Mixtures. सबसे पहले तो ये allegation होना चाहिए, allegations नहीं, because allegation is a method to solve and mixture is a topic, right? तो ये हम सीखने वाले, it is one of the most crucial topics, है ना? एंड इसमें मैंने काफी बार बच्चे से सुना है कि काफी सारे कोचिंग से आते हैं इधर उधर से कि मैम ये चैप्टर नहीं समझा, बट देन दे हैव क्लेम्ड कि मैंने समझाने के बाद उनको समझ आया है. So I have tried to make this chapter super easy for you, and that is what I do, right? कि we change methods for you, so that जो भी chapters में तुम्हें difficulty आती है वो तुम्हारी मेंट हो, right? So I hope the same happens while you solve this chapter with us. We are going to do a bunch of different and interesting questions today. This chapter has a massive overlap with ratios and mixtures and weighted average. So I hope कि तुमने वो दोनों videos देख लिए, averages के और ratios के, क्योंकि weighted average का formula and ratios and mixtures का concept is going to be really handy today. And we are going to use that to solve a plethora of new questions, all right? So let us begin. First, we'll start with some revision here. So let us quickly move to our weighted average question, right? Karo ye. Karo, can you see? Yeah, karo isko. Yes. What does it say? What does it say? It says that 5 kg rice costing rupees 10 per kg is mixed with 7 kg rice costing rupees 40 per kg. What is the average cost? How do we solve it? We solve it kaise? Value into weight plus value into weight upon total weight, right? इसको हम solve करेंगे. This is 50 plus 280 by 12, which is 330 by 12. कितना आएगा ये? ये आएगा 27.5, right? So this is your answer. ये weighted average है, simple. हम सबको याद है, right? So let us do next one more question here. On weighted average itself, it's a recap. You must have done this पहले also. Do it. क्या बोला है? How many kgs of rice costing rupees 10 per kg needs to be mixed with 5 kg of rice costing rupees 40 per kg to make the average price as 28 rupees per kg. अभी यहाँ पे हमें एवरेज प्राइस दे दिया है. प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में हमें एवरेज प्राइस निकालना था, यहाँ पे एवरेज प्राइस हमें दे दिया है, एंड नाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड द क्वांटिटी. तो लेट अस अज्यूम कि x kgs लिया है, राइट? तो एज पर फॉर्मूला 10 into x plus 40 into 5 divided by x plus 5 makes the average cost as 28, right? तो अब इसको सॉल्व कैसे करेंगे? हाउ टू गो अबाउट दिस? इसको सॉल्व करने के ना 2 मेथड्स है. आई टेल यू व्हाट, ठीक है? वन मेथड इज सिंपली यू सिंप्लीफाई. सिंपली 10x plus 40 into 5 is 200 is equal to 28x plus 28 into 5. अभी 28 into 5 तुम कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे? हाउ टू कैलकुलेट इट? ऑफ कोर्स यू से लाइक कि मैम नॉर्मल मल्टीप्लिकेशन, बट लेट मी टेल यू अ बेटर वे टू डू दिस, ठीक है? बेटर वे टू डू दिस इज 28 into 5 क्या होगा? 28 into 10 by 2, राइट? Which is ये solve हो जाएगा, ये 14 into 10 140 आ जाएगा, right? So this is the easier way to calculate. Whenever you have to multiply by 5, basically उस नंबर को तुम divided by 2 करो, उसका half ले लो and then into 10 करो, तो much easier to calculate that way. तो ये 140 आया. Again then simplify, ये यहाँ पे जाएगा 140 to 60 is equal to 18x, तो x is equal to 60 by 18 जो आएगा 10 by 3, which is 3.33 kg. So this is your answer, right? What's the second way to solve it? The second way to solve it will be, let me erase this and tell you. The second way to solve it will be, क्या कर सकते हैं ना हम, instead of simplifying हम इसको 10x plus 40 into 5 is equal to 28x plus 28 into 5 लिख सकते हैं. And then what we can do is इन दोनों को हम connect कर सकते हैं. We can take the 10x here and this here, so this becomes 40 into 5 minus 28 into 5 is equal to 18x. And if you notice, this is basically 40 minus 28. 40 minus 28 is 12 into 5, which is 18x. So 60 is equal to 18x. यहाँ से भी आंसर आएगा x is equal to 3.33 kg, right? So this is your answer. These are the two ways of solving this same question. The two ways of solving, I think, two ways of calculation. Conceptually कुछ अलग नहीं है, but these are just two different ways of simplifying the equation and going ahead with calculation, all right? So I hope this is not going fast. This is something you've already done. हम averages chapter में बहुत सारे ऐसे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर चुके हैं. Practice test भी तुमने दे दिया है. So I hope you are clear here, right? Now let us do third question, last question on revision of weighted average. Let us do this third question, right? करो इसको सॉल्व करो. Right. यहाँ क्या पूछा है? In what ratio should we mix this rice and this rice to make a mixture of 23 rupees per kg, right? अब देखो प्रोग्रेशन है. पहले क्वेश्चन में एवरेज प्राइस पूछ रही थी, सेकंड क्वेश्चन में तुम्हें एक इसकी क्वांटिटी पूछी थी, अभी थर्ड क्वेश्चन में दोनों का रेशियो पूछ रहा है, राइट? सो हाउ डू वी सॉल्व इट? अगेन इसको x ले लो, इसको y ले लो. सो 10x plus 40y make a total x plus y kg mixture, which is 23 rupees per kg. You simplify this. This is 23x plus 23y. You get 10x here, 23y there. So this becomes 17y is equal to 13x तो x by y की वैल्यू क्या हुई? What is x by y? X by y is 17 by 13. So this is the ratio in which it should be mixed. And this is where we finish the revision of weighted average, right? But I hope you are very well versed with the psychology that goes behind weighted average, right? तुमको ये समझना चाहिए यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. यहाँ पे टोटल 17 plus 13, that is total 30 kg का मिक्सचर लिया जा रहा है. इसका 17, इसका 13, ऐसे टोटल 30 kgs का मिक्सचर लिया जा रहा है. And that 30 kgs of mixture is formed by mixing these two quantities. Something like let's say you are a shopkeeper, right? And you are supposed to stock your store with 30 kgs of rice. And you go to the vendor or manufacturer or distributor, whatever, and then they tell you that they have only two qualities of rice with them. एक 10 rupees per kg का inferior quality है और एक superior quality है, which is 40 rupees per kg का. अब तुम क्या करोगे? What will you do? One is 40, one is 10 rupees per kg. So let's say now you realize that 10 rupees per kg is too cheap. I cannot buy it. I cannot do it. So let me do one thing. What I'll do is I need 30 kgs in total. And the premium quality I have is at 40 rupees per kg. But that makes my budget is 1200. That's not my budget. Right? That's not my budget. I have to do it under the budget. Right? मैं maximum कितना afford कर सकता हूँ या कर सकती हूँ. What was the estimate I had bought? The estimate I had bought is कि 25 rupees per kg तक मुझे चलेगा, right? Which means my budget was 690. So that is why what did I do is I was like, okay, let me get some quality of 40 kg rice only. That some qualities, let's say 13 kgs. And in those 13 kgs, let me mix the remaining 17 kgs as 10 rupees per 10 rupees per kg rice inferior quality, so that at the end my average price comes down to 23. So this is the psychology that goes behind mixing, right? What you do is by mixing you drive down the cost, right? Originally, if you have bought only this rupees 40 per kg rice, that would be your cost. But you drove down this 1200 to 690 rupees. You drove down that price by mixing, right? So this is extremely important because this shopkeeper, the responsibility of the shopkeeper or like a homemaker was to budget, right? And the budget was 23 rupees per kg only because tomorrow I have to go to the store and sell it at 25 rupees per kg and earn 2 rupees in profit. Right, so I have to make 2 rupees in profit by selling it 25 rupees per kg. And that is why I need my cost to be 23, and I do it by mixing. Right, so this is really, really important. This is what shopkeepers end up doing. They mix things in order to increase their profit margins. Right, so that will come there, but here is where with weighted average and with mixtures and with mixing comes the concept of profit and loss, and that is what we are going to do here. It's going to be very, very handy. Let us understand how to solve mixtures with profit and loss. All right. So let's do this question. Let us read it. यहाँ क्या दिया है? यहाँ दिया है, in what quantity should we mix the rice costing rupees 10 per kg with 8 kgs of rice costing rupees 40 per kg? The same shopkeeper, right? The same shopkeeper is given a responsibility कि you have to buy 8 kgs of rice costing rupees 40 per kg and mix some amount of other rice, which is 10 rupees per kg, so that you get 10% margin by selling it at 33 rupees per kg. So here basically they are telling you the selling price is this, and this is the profit percent. So in this case, you should know what is the cost price. Cost price is selling price divided by 1 plus profit percent, right? This we have already learned in profit and loss. No need of revision here. If it is 10% profit, well, what is the profit component? 1 plus 10% is 1.1, right? So cost price is selling price upon this, which is 30 rupees per kg. So basically, I'm going to sell at 33. But my cost as a shopkeeper, for me, the cost is 30 rupees per kg only. So if the cost is 30 rupees per kg only for me, I have to make this happen via mixing, right? I have to make it happen via mixing. But why do I have to mix it? Because I was supposed to buy it at 30 rupees per kg, but I went to the manufacturer and there were only two qualities of rice present, 40 rupees and 10 rupees. So what do I do now? So this is what I'm going to do. You told me that, okay, I have to buy 8 kgs of these, I will. And I will buy X kgs of 10 rupees per kg rice. I'll mix it. This will be my total weight and I need the cost to be 30 rupees per kg. If I have to make 10% profit by selling at 33, my cost is 30 rupees per kg. So here I'm going to solve it. What do you get? Solve it. You'll end up getting 80 is equal to 20x. So x is equal to 4 kg. Right? This is what I did. So I'll total by 12 kgs. 8 kg will be my premium rice. 4 kgs will be my inferior rice. I'll mix them together. And at the end of it, I'll get a rice, 12 kgs of rice, which is costing 30 rupees per kg, which I can easily go and sell in the market and at 33 rupees and earn my 10% profit, right? So this is how in mixtures, profit and loss concepts comes into picture, all right? All right, then let us do next question on the same concept. Do this one. What does it say? It says, what quantity of rice costing rupees 5 per kg should be mixed with 35 kgs of rice costing rupees 50 per kg to gain 20% margin with the selling price of 48 rupees per kg. right? So do you notice here, by the way, how many of you have started noticing that if the selling price is 48 and the margin is 20%, so you already are able to orally find out cost price to be 40. How many are able to do that? Are you able to do that? Are you able to find the cost price to be 40 directly? You should be able to notice this by now, that this is 40 plus 8 and 8 is 20% of 40. And that's why the selling price is becoming 48. It's really important that you start making these observations by now. You should have done enough practice. क्योंकि बेटा ऐसे ही नहीं है कि solve करते गए हम solve करते गए ऐसा नहीं होता है. While solving, you should make a few observations. You should understand a few things, have your own realizations, है ना. और ये चीजें हमारी orally आनी चाहिए. और ये observation basis ही होता है. ये कोई सिखाता नहीं है. Right? So make sure you're intentionally doing your practice and making these observations. A dead mind लेके नहीं बैठना है. All right? So how do we do it? Basically, cost price क्या है? Selling price divided by 1.2, which is 40 rupees per kg. Again, so what do we have? We have two types of rice. ये एक टाइप है, ये एक टाइप है, और दोनों का मिक्सचर जो है वो मुझे 40 rupees per kg में मिलना चाहिए. तो सेम, I'll take x kg इसका, तो 5x plus 15 to 35 divided by total how many? 35 plus x kgs it is there, and the cost is 40 rupees per kg. Solve it. Solve it by yourself. Tell me what's the answer. Good, good. Yes, x is 10 kg. So you got your answer. So x is 10 kg. So you should mix 10 kgs of rice costing this with 35 kgs of rice costing that in order to get your desired. Yes. So do we understand this concept now? Do we understand how mixtures is mixed with profit and loss? To get the concept right? Right? Very good. Very good. Very good. So it's really important to understand it here, because this is where we create the base of what we are actually going to learn. This was all the base, because this is what the shopkeepers have been doing, right? So far, to gain more profit, what they're doing is they're mixing one quality with another quality to drive down the price, right? And that is exactly what we call the concept of milawat. We call the concept of milawat. What is milawat? Adulteration. Have you heard that concept? Adulteration, right? This is what we are going to deal with now, right? And that is where the concept of dishonest shopkeeper also comes, right? What do we know? Shopkeepers mix some inferior quality of things or some impurities in your original premium quality in order to drive down the cost, right? Why? That is exactly what happens in dishonest shopkeeper also. Our dishonest shopkeeper that we learned in profit and loss. What he would do? He would basically picture him, right? What he would do? He would cheat by weight. He would say that, oh, I'm selling 1 kg, but would sell like 800 grams by cheating the weight. We all have heard our mothers and fathers talking about the bhaji wala, the sabji wala, the vegetable vendor, that, oh, he was cheating with the weight and he put some, उसने वजन डाला था on this side so that he's selling us lesser quality, right? And at the same time, so this kind of dishonest shopkeeper was the exact one which came in profit and loss, right? But at the same time, we have also heard our mothers say कि अरे ये दूध वाला बहुत पानी मिक्स कर रहा है ना, दूध वाला बहुत पानी मिक्स कर रहा है, आजकल बहुत पतला दूध आता है, milk has a lot of water, right? So that also is adulteration. That is also milawat. And that kind of milawat is what we are going to deal with in this chapter. So what's going to happen, this is our exact same dishonest shopkeeper. What he does is this time, he takes, let's say milk, he's a milkman, right? So what he does is he takes milk, right? And he has to sell 1 kg milk, but what he'll do is he won't sell 1 kg milk. He'll just take, like, let's say 0.8, not kg, liters, right? 1 liters milk. So he won't sell 1 liters milk. He'll take 0.8 liters milk only and put water in it. Like if he has to sell 5 glasses of milk, he'll take 4 glasses milk only and put 1 glass water in it. Why will he do that? Is because then, like, the milk will be diluted and he can sell it to people saying, oh, this is 5 kg, 5 liters and charge 5 glasses and charge for those 5 glasses. But actually he's selling only 4 glasses. So the 1 glass is the extra profit that he'll be earning. Right? The same thing happens so many places. It happens even at petrol pump. You must have heard the cases about how when you ask 20 liters petrol, they'll give you only 18.8 liters, right? And the remaining 0.2 they won't. And we won't even realize. And that 0.2 goes unaccounted for. That won't be shown in the books, that won't be shown anywhere, and they'll end up earning more. Because look at so many customers come, right? So if they are saving only in decimals with one customer, the customer won't pay attention. But that will be multiplied for them and they'll make so much profit. So this is exactly what dishonest shopkeepers do. Right? They either cheat in the weight or they mix impurities and do not sell the quantity or the quality that they are promising. And that is how they end up increasing their profit. Why? Because they are dishonest. We will never do it, but will we do it? No, because we are not dishonest, right? But those dishonest shopkeepers will do, and our job is to catch them, right? So this is how adulteration and dishonest shopkeeper questions are going to work. Let us do that, right? Okay, let us a good question. This is a dishonest shopkeeper claims to sell pure ghee. at no profit. As usual, dishonest shopkeepers are like, "Arey bhai, I don't earn anything." This guy also same. He says that I'm selling it at no profit, and he sells it at 2,500 rupees per kg. Right? He sells it at 2,500 rupees per kg, making no profit. Now, however, in reality, he mixes 200 grams of vegetable oil procured at no cost to make it 1 kg of this ghee. What is his actual profit? See, again, he's doing mixing. While he's saying that he's selling 1 kg of ghee, right? He's saying that. But is he actually doing so? Definitely not. What is he doing? He's taking only 800 grams of ghee, and the remaining 200 grams he's putting vegetable oil in it. This vegetable oil probably is stealing from his mother's kitchen because it is for free, right? It's not costing anything, right? So what's happening? Again, go back to the dishonest shopkeeper concept. What's happening here? The cost price, he's saying that he's selling at cost price. So the cost price of 1 kg was 2,500, right? And selling price also is 2,500 because he's selling at no profit, no loss. But this selling price is only of 800 grams. Why is this of 800 grams? Because only that much ghee is selling. Other though is oil, pocket ka oil, free oil, right? So now we are back again. Sorry. Now here we are back again to our concept that we learned on dishonest shopkeeper, that the price is same but the quantity is different. What do we do here? We take profit percent as quantity bought minus quantity sold upon quantity sold into 100, which will be 25% here, right? It will be 2 by 8, that's 1 by 4, and we know 1 by 4 is 25%, right? So this was also sort of a recap on what we did, right? Here mixing has happened, but the concept of mixing or weighted average hasn't come so far, but we learned this on a shopkeeper, right? Now what we're going to do is we are going to learn actual question, which is like mixing the concept with dishonest shopkeeper and profit and loss concept together. And that is what we are going to do in this question. The ultimate thing that we are supposed to solve. So read this question एक बार. Try to process, try to solve. All right. So what do we notice here? Okay, this is a big question. So whenever we see big question, what do? We sit back and we solve it one bit at a time. We don't get overwhelmed. We solve it one bit at a time. So here we are going to solve it one bit at a time. So what happens? A shopkeeper sells pure ghee at 3,000 rupees, making 20% margin, right? Selling price, profit percent. Pause here. There's a full stop, pause here. You read the question already, but we can't solve everything together. We are going to solve one bit at a time. Big questions, we solve one bit at a time. So let us solve it. What does it say? It says a shopkeeper sells pure ghee at this much price, at this much margin. So we know selling price is this much, profit percent is this much. We know two things, we can find third thing. What is third thing? Cost price. So cost price is going to be selling price divided by 1.2, right? So how are we going to do? How to calculate this thing? So smarter way to calculate this is add 1 0, make this 12. This becomes 4 za, this is, and we know how to do 10,000 by 4. 2,500. So यहाँ से हमें we get that what is the cost price? The cost price is 2,500 per kg. This is the cost price, right? It means what is his profit? Profit of 20% that is making. That is basically he sells at 3,000 and he buys it at 2,500. Is 500 is what he's earning on every kg, right? He buys it at 2,500 and sells it at 3,000. So he is making 500 rupees profit. Oh, all right. We got this much. All right. Now let's see what happens next. Next, they say, however, so this person is selling it at 3,000 rupees. However, the customers claim market rate to be 2,500 per kg and keep asking for discounts. So the customers are smart. Customers are not fool these days, right? They watch news, they read WhatsApp messages, they watch Instagram, they watch Facebook, and they have been seeing this news where they are telling that this specific quality of ghee comes at 2,500 only, right? Nowadays, a lot of pure ghee is being sold. Na? They tell you high protein ghee, some A2 milk ghee, diabetes nahi hota hai usse, or Biloni process wala ghee, right? So a lot of like pure ghee nowadays in the market, which is sold at a premium. So something like that, right? A very, very high quality ghee he is selling. But because this ghee is getting so popular everywhere, all influencers on Instagram, Facebook, everybody is covering this news and telling the actual cost of this is 2,500 only. So customers are smart these days. You can't make them fool. So customers say, bro, I know that this ghee costs 2,500, not 3,000. Will you give me, or else I'll go to Sharma ji ka dukan. Right? There's Sharma ji. I'll go to his dukan. He's selling at that price. I'll buy from there. They're like, no, I can't do that. I can't lose my customers. I'll have to sell it at 2,500. Right? But the problem is, I only buy it at 2,500. For me, For me only as a shopkeeper, for me only cost price is 2,500. If I sell it also at 2,500, what will I earn? I have kept this Balu, Bablu, Papu, all of these people in my dukan, right? I have to pay my son's education, daughter's education. I have to send them abroad. I have to buy necklaces for my wife. I have to buy a car for myself. How will I buy all of this if I buy and sell at the same price? So what I'll do, I'll start calling, sourcing. I'll call farmers, people who make ghee, manufacturers, distributors, vendors. I'll call everybody. Ghee, is it available at lesser price? Because I know that I need to earn money in order to keep my life good. Otherwise, my family will beat me up, right? How will I pay fees and all? And how will I pay the expenses, the electricity, and everything of the shop? So he wants to keep his absolute profit unchanged. What is absolute profit? Absolute profit is 500 rupees. Sometimes shopkeepers operate in this way where they are like, percentage से फर्क नहीं पड़ता मेरे जेब में इतना पैसा आना चाहिए this much I should earn a month so I should earn 500 a month so basically what happens it means what is the cost here what is the cost he can afford if he has to sell at 2,500 as the customers are asking and he has to earn 500 profit means maximum 2,000 rupees per kg is what he can buy at right so he made all the contacts talked to everybody possible international national contacts he made. Can somebody sell me this quality of ghee at 2,000 rupees per kg? But nobody's telling them. No, everybody's saying no. Everybody's saying no. Then what will he do? The last resort with him. The last resort. He's going to be like, okay, bro, I'm going to do mixing now. I can't help it because I need to feed my family. I need to run my shop. I need my 500 rupees. And if I need my 500 rupees, I'll have to buy this at 2,000 and I'm not able to buy this at 2,000. So what do? I will do some mixing. And this is what happens, right? Many times customers want high quality everything, right? But they're not ready to pay for that. So when you're not ready to pay for that, what happens? You get an adulterated product because that is how it works. How will the shopkeeper basically run his family? The same thing happens for your cat coaching also, by the way. You look for all best quality content and everything best. You're like, oh, give this to me in 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, or for free. You can't get that, right? But here in CATsetgo, you are getting it, right? This content is good. I hope you're finding it good, any which ways. So now this is what he's going to do. He's doing adulteration. He's like, I am going to mix low quality ghee that costs rupees 500 per kg in this pure ghee before selling. I'll have to do this. Why? Because I want my cost to be 2,000. And I know I've learned alligation. I've watched the allegations class, right? And I know that I can do this mixing and that will drive down my cost. From 2,500, I'll drive down the cost to 2,000 because I'll be mixing. So in what ratio will the mixing happen? So basically, 500 rupees per kg, wala thing, X times, plus this original hamara 2,500 taken Y times, making total X plus Y kg mixture, so that the price is 2,000. Fair? This is what has happened, right? Is it visible? Should I use black color? Wait, let me write it with black. So what's happening? What's happening? You're taking this in pure ghee in X quantity and mixing it with pure ghee in Y quantity, making total X plus Y kg of mixture, which will at the end cost you 2,000 rupees, so that when you sell it at 2,500, you are earning your 500 rupees. So now solve it, make it easy. What happens? X plus 5y is equal to 4x plus 4y, which gives your x by y is equal to 1 by 3, right? It's x by y is equal to 1 by, this is the answer. So in what ratio should the mixing happen? The mixing should happen in the ratio 1:3, where for every 3 parts of pure ghee you take, you put 1 part of impure ghee or low quality ghee, right? Every time you take 3 kgs of pure, you put 1 kg of impure in it. And how do you calculate percentage purity now? How do you calculate percentage purity? The question is not asked here, but I'll tell you. Basically, purity percentage is calculated like this, where you say that overall there is a 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is 4 kg of quantity of mixture, right? So there's 4 kg present, and in that 4 kg, only 3 kg is pure, right? The other 1 kg is impure. So purity is only 75%. So earlier he was selling 100% pure. Now he's selling only and only 75% pure, right? But customers are happy because they are thinking that it's 100% pure and they're getting it at their price, right? The shopkeeper is happy because customers are buying, and now I am happy. At least I am happy. I am making my money, 500 rupees, and I'm able to peacefully run my company and my family. So this is how mixtures, dishonest shopkeeper, adulteration, weighted average, all of these concepts come together. I hope you've understood this, huh? Right? Yes, give me a thumbs up. Right? Yes? Very good.